Well, the first time
Right.
I officially worked with Robin was in a band called Pierce Arrow, which Marshall was the catalyst for getting me into that. Robin was already in it. And then when we stopped doing that and started doing our own stuff, I think you got me the job with Tom.
I was playing with Tom Rush.
Right.
I mean,
And
the story of your first gig, though, is kind of an interesting one. Remember?
Oh, the one outdoors in the rain?
No, well, for the kids.
The kids.
The first time we played as a duo.
That's right.
First time we played as a duo.
David was called by an old pal.
I had the late Reverend Dick Brindle, whom I had met through Mary Travers, and he said, I've got a youth convention. I got 5,000 kids coming into Hartford, Connecticut. And I said, call the circus. He said, no, really, I need to entertain them for an hour and a half. And I said, card tricks. And he said, can you do it? I said, I can't do an hour and a half. I don't have that many songs. I was just kind of starting out. And
Well, we started.
So I said to Robin, look, it's an hour and a half. If I do a half hour of my stuff and you do a half hour of your stuff, maybe we can work up some stuff, do a couple Everly Brothers songs or something. We could just kind of get through half an hour together.
These guys had solo careers.
We had just broken up our rock band, Pierce Arrow, just kind of sick of it after a while. And but we had a lot of fun playing Everly Brothers tunes backstage, on the tours while we were opening up for the Kinks and Doobie Brothers and people like that. And so it just before Pierce Arrow, David had made 2 solo albums on Epic. I had made 3 albums on Columbia, with different Appaloosa, Compton and Batteau, and with my brother David Batteau, Batteau with an X. And so we had some experience, but we'd never played together just as a duo, and that we'd had fun on the road. So it was just a natural when Dick called David to do this show.
Yeah, we just had a great time. We managed to keep the kids from rioting, and we had a lot of fun. And said, let's see if we can do this some more, especially that part where we play together. So we started writing some songs, and then when we really started getting some gigs was when Marshall called me up and said, Tom Rush needs to find a new piano player because the guy he's been using, I don't know if he was moving or it wasn't working out. I don't know.
Well, he's changing backup group.
This was in '79 or?
This about '79. Yeah, I was playing with Tom,
like that.
and I remember hyping David, saying, "This is a guy I think would be perfect for you. Played with Mary Travers. I just think you'd be a wonderful match."
So I go up and he's got this barn in New Hampshire, and the piano, he's got this old upright that was from the Sears Roebuck catalog. You can still see that. Was this played by the Union or the Confederacy? And 3 working keys, and I said, I'm never going to get this gig.
All the ivory missing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you were perfect there.
Well, he hired me. He must have been desperate. And then I said, you know what this group really needs is a violin player.
Yeah, we both said that.
Yeah, right. So we go to New York, and Robin joins us. And
he just shows up.
At the bottom line.
He shows up at the bottom line unrehearsed.
I said, oh, what a lucky break,
Yes.
a violin player.
And sits in on everything and sounds brilliant and just makes
And
us,
then,
he was in the band.
So Tom said, okay. And so what happened was we would open up the shows, and then we would back him up for his half. So we got to really play, which was the fun part. I mean, one of the things about splitting a bill that I hate is sitting in the dressing room while the other act is on. I mean, because you're just getting nervous or changing strings and trying to. And this way we got to be out there the whole night, except when Tom was doing Duncan and Brady,
then we got college
during which
credits.
time you could take a vacation on a cruise ship.
And Tom Rush was a kind of a wonderful person to be that catalyst, because when I was growing up in Cambridge, Massachusetts, Tom Rush was the king of Cambridge, and
He's
he was
very
like
approachable.
he was like Bob Dylan.
Oh yeah, And you know something?
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, his last album is amazingly good.
Haven't seen him forever, but I really do enjoy his stuff.
Man,
He puts on a white suit and he looks just like Mark Twain. He used to open for Mark Twain. Not that he's old.
I was going to go there with that. I'm glad you did it.
Guy is so old, his first condom was made out of bark. But seriously.
His Social Security number is 7. But I tell you.
I want to tell you.
That's almost sacrilegious. I don't know. This is a folk.
You can cut this, right?
We want honesty, right?
Honestly,
Great.
I was going to ask you about the little incident with Bonnie Raitt, and then you mentioned something in that interview you gave to Wolftrap with the same thing happened with Marshall. Joe Baez.
Joe Baez pinched my ass twice.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Really?
never told me that.
Sure, I did. I
had
just
no
don't
idea.
remember it.
Both cheeks, yeah.
You know, if she did that in this day and age, it would be in court.
Symphony Hall, and then when I
Yeah,
actually
that's
did
right.
I mentioned it to
It would be
her.
a miracle.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, but the thing about Bonnie goosing me was it was during Amazing Grace. I mean, you can't do that. It's like spitting on the flag.
But it's so apropos for
Is
her
it
to
good?
do
And,
that.
well,
Yeah,
she was a party animal in those days.
right.
And I mean, you know,
She had a quick
I'm working all day. This is the Newport Folk Festival. I have 4 lousy lines, you know, in my verse. I don't remember what verse it was, but all I ever knew was the first, verse. You
Who
know?
knew that there were that many octaves, you know?
Oh,
and
how sweet the
numbers?
sound! That's it. I was saying, I once was lost, but now I found. But after that, you know, it's like it gets very Presbyterian in a hurry. I don't know it, and so I had four lines, and I'm in my third. I got to the third line, and I know the fourth. I'm coasting. I got it. I'm ready. I'm rolling, and then suddenly, I jump about 3 feet in the air and say, "What the?" And you know, that was it for. I hope nobody videoed that.
Hit the chorus.
Yeah.
I bet somebody did. I bet
I
somebody
don't
did.
think they had video.
Those moments I think are part of what. I mean, folk music is a thing that's part of life. It's not like something that's separate.
Sure.
It takes
Very
place
well
on the
put,
stage.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, the audience is your friends. Mostly.
the audience is part of it. Yes, exactly. And it's
So it's always like playing in your living room, even if it's a big place. Well, we played down here with Judy Collins one year in the big outdoors at Wolftrap, and at what is it called, the Filene Center now.
finally.
And God, it was about 100-something degrees. It was really hot.
111 degrees, and they've got Klieg lights on us because they're filming it. And we're so, David and I are like underwater. You
I
know,
can
like
feel
the
my
sweat is
contact
like-
lenses melting into my eye.
And I look over at Judy, dry as a bone.
I said, "That is a star."
That's a pro.
That's amazing. I had
She
no
was
idea.
like, she controlled the weather around her own skin, you know?
Her aura was.
She had a terrific aura. Maybe that's true.
She still does. I mean,
Yeah.
Today she's singing
That's
better than ever.
the other
She's-
nice thing about folk music is that people can stay in it as they age and
Right.
still be great.
Yeah,
We just play, we're DJs up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We have a show every other Friday. And we just played Judy's, a new song of Judy's yesterday on the show. She's still making great stuff, Sailor Song, piece. What do you write first, the words or the lyrics?
Oh, now that you're back, yeah. What do you write first? The words and lyrics. That's a good idea. What do you do there? What do you?
Well,
You know, it's whatever
Sing an
comes to,
idea.
whatever's like,
usually there has to be a
makes you
lyrical idea.
feel something, you know?
A song about.
Yeah.
When you guys did the last record, you know,
We wrote the lyric on the last record. That's what we did. We get together at a muffin shop at this organic muffin shop, kind of midway between our homes. We live about 40 minutes apart. So in the middle here in Bedford, New York, there's this near and natural muffin coffee shop, and we would go there and have one of everything on the left side of the store, and to go with the coffee, and write lyrics. And when we got a lyric we liked, we'd go over to David's house and sit down with the guitars and the pianos and come up with a song with the lyric, and then we call our buddy Michael Terry, who had a studio in Trumbull, Connecticut, which is kind of 10 minutes from my house, and we'd call him up and say, "Hey Mike, when do you have some time? We got a new song we want to record," and he'd say, "Well, Thursday I got like 2 to 4 open," and so we go over there and record this new song.
It was perfect. And
Before
then,
we'd ever performed it live. So
then he
everything
moves
was-
to Arizona
yeah, to Mike.
just to be happy. I said, "What about us?
Michael.
How selfish can one guy
He
be?"
got in touch with his high school girlfriend.
You make a new friend in town. So that's
Yeah, that's right.
Well, everybody under 17 who's musical has their own recording studio now, so-
yeah, true.
and they all put out CDs.
I think there must be 30 of them within the radius of my home.
No
Where do you
kidding.
live?
Cool.
Baltimore. I live in Baltimore. So.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's the good news and the bad news. The good news is you can make your own music. The bad news is everybody's doing it.
But this, you know what?
Everybody wants their 30 seconds of fame, I think. I don't think it's anything new. I think that there's just so much media access now that wasn't
Yeah.
possible. In the,
Actually, it's not bad. I mean, when we pick records, I still say records, when we pick music for our radio show, it's thrilling to find there's so many good people that you've never heard of.
So
I
many.
mean, it's amazing.